The collection of the British Museum is, as you know, this extraordinary assemblage of things gathered from all over, gathered so that we can start thinking about human achievement and what it means to be human. Normally we present that through certain kinds of historical organisings, chronological or by type of objects, with some kind of academic basis for what we're doing. But the museum collection has always been something much more than that. When Ben Ockery called it the memory of mankind, he was alluding to the fact that as well as being a great source of knowledge about us, this is also one of the great imaginative storehouses of the world. There probably is no other building in which more of the world is gathered together in this way. And what Grayson has done is unlock and address that idea that in this great inheritance of objects, as well as being able to tell historical narratives and intellectual arguments, we can also dream and wander through what other people have dreamt, and as other people have wandered through the millennia.
It's basically a short tour through my head. My job is to have the confidence in my own intuition, and when I started this whole process, I had quite a vague idea, and I'm speaking to you now without notes, and as a kind of a real-time demonstration of my ability to completely make up stuff on the spot. Because that's what I've had to do for the last 2.5 years in a way. And talking to people as I go around the show is a way of me finding out about what I've done. And people give me feedback, and I go, yeah, you've got a point, that's what I probably was doing. Or I look at it myself and I go, yeah, I can remember having that idea, I think. It's really clever. But always fascinated by the Chinese whispers, if you like, of culture over the centuries, the way it gets it a bit wrong. I mean, in the fact that in this sort of the 16th, 17th, 18th centuries, the sort of dialogue of Europe with China, you know, within 100 years, we were selling fabric back to China that was based on their patterns. They didn't even recognise it, because it had been through England and India and all the different transformations, like the Chinese whispers, literally, and they didn't recognise their own tree of life pattern. I mean, one of my favourite quotes about art was from Alan Bennett. He said, outside the National Gallery, there should be a big sign saying, you don't have to like everything. And I think that, you know, often people come to a building like this and they're intimidated by its authority. And they want to, you know, there's only one way of looking at things. And in the way this exhibition is partly about saying, look, you know, yes, I am an artist and I feel very confident, but you can also look at objects and have your interpretation of them and your enjoyment of them for the reasons, you know, you might like them for really silly or funny or perverse reasons, and that's okay. What I love about the visual world is that it speaks to us below the radar of our rational, linguistic interpretation of the world.